Star Wars fans have been living it up in the world of gaming over the last few years. Not only have we gotten two fantastic games in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, two completely original games telling an original story, we've also gotten two new Star Wars Battlefront games, Star Wars Squadrons, and a new LEGO Star Wars game. And that's only counting the brand new games. We've had Switch ports for Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, both Jedi Knight games, and The Force Unleashed. Star Wars Dark Force is basically a doomed Star Wars game, just got a phenomenal remaster from Night Dive, but potentially the most exciting of all is the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. That bundles together remastered versions of Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 with new maps and new characters and 64-player online multiplayer. If you're an Xbox player and all of that isn't enough, you've got tons of original Xbox versions of classic Star Wars games that are backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One, so it's easier than ever to scratch that nostalgia itch. Now, you can't talk about what we've gotten without talking about what we haven't. Saber Interactive's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is pretty much all but dead, with the latest report claiming that the game is still in development, but has changed hands so many times we can't possibly predict the state of the game or if it will ever even come out. Star Wars Eclipse is still coming from Quantic Dream, and quite frankly, it looks like a fantastic concept based on the trailer, but we haven't had an update on that game in 2 years. Even with all of that, I still made a video saying that we are living in a golden age of Star Wars games, and immediately people called me out for making that claim after so many games have been canceled. But the way that I see it is you can either focus on the things that we've gotten or daydream about what could have been, and when you take the canceled projects out of the equation, some of which were never even officially revealed for us to know about, I still think it's fair to say we are living in a golden age of Star Wars, at least when it comes to gaming. Would it have been an even better golden age if the canceled games had come out? Absolutely, but even without those things, we're still eating pretty good. Thinking through this Star Wars video game era that we find ourselves in, it's a really great example of how good things can be when you hit the right balance of innovation and nostalgia, and that can be a difficult balance to hit. If you go all in on new projects and ideas, a team might risk losing sight of the success that got them to where they are today. But on the other hand, continuing to put out remasters of remasters for years at a time could hold a team back from delivering on new experiences and pushing forward as much as they can. Looking at the big three, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo might be doing it the best. Remakes of Super Mario RPG and The Thousand Year Door are on the way, but they've also put out games like Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and WarioWare Move It to keep new ideas flowing. On the Xbox side, it seems like Microsoft is leaning more into new projects, with games like Avowed, South of Midnight, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Hellblade 2. And these are some of the biggest projects Xbox has coming out in a pretty short time frame, and they're all either sequels or brand new games. Meanwhile, PlayStation is going through a bit of a transition now that their big hitters for the first half of the PS5 generation have all come and gone. Their live service future is starting to take shape with Helldivers 2, but rumors are starting to pop up the company is going to rely on remasters and remakes to fill the void, with 2025 reportedly shaping up to be a significant year for the brand according to industry insider Silkenet. Considering PlayStation's biggest first-party game of the year so far has been The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, that checks out. All of that's to say PlayStation and Xbox could both learn a thing or two from the current state of Star Wars games. Xbox had a reputation as the bro shooter box, and they built their reputation around Gears of War and Halo. Going into the future, Xbox is focused on delivering more variety to build out that reputation and bring more people into the fold, not just the bro shooter fans. During the PS4 generation, PlayStation leaned in hard to those third-person narrative-driven action-adventure games like Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us Remastered, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man. Now it seems like that reputation is almost too strong for them to break away from, and these are big, well-established names in the world of gaming that people will continue to buy and play as long as they keep putting them out. Across all of these companies, the situation are unique, and they'll all continue to find ways to push forward and build their own future in a unique way. But seeing how Star Wars is leaning into its past while also still embracing the future could be a good blueprint for companies to follow. It's a solid mix of modernizing the old and respecting that, but also embracing the new and building the future. But let me know down below, what do you think about the current state of Star Wars games? What would you want to see in the future, and could these games be an inspiration for other companies when they're planning how to structure their projects? And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of discussion, you like what you see or what you hear, be sure to hit that subscribe button for videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop. But I'll catch you on the next one.